all of great times together and conversation and just having a good time together. That's what we're all about, and that's what we're going to do today as we engage you in conversation and, of course, a lot of fun. And boy, here we are once again. Thank you so much for being along with us. And if you're joining us, we're here. We want to say hello to everybody who is watching us on Facebook right now and also on YouTube, as each week we simulcast this show on both of those outlets. So you'll be able to join us. If you don't get us on one, you can always get us on the other. So thank you so much for being with us. Later on in the program, we have our 2020 feature, as you already know, with Brian Camp and, of course, DJ Pete. Brian Camp will be here 20 past the hour with sports update. With the latest developments in today's world of sports, DJ Pete will be here 20 to the hour with of course, entertainment of people of notoriety in the entertainment world. And of course, reciting all of those marvelous birthdays of all of the people who are celebrating this week and within this week. So there we have. And also, later on in the program, I will give you information on my picks on the classic movies that you enjoy so much that we're going to bring to you. I have a couple of picks that I want to talk to you about later on, and a whole lot of fun. And just you and I, all of us together, the rest of the world. And if you're watching us here for the very first time, don't make it your last time. Just keep coming back. Make it your weekly habit as we come along. And of course, if you're watching, of course, um, pass it on to a friend. You can do that right now, as a matter of fact, as we speak. Kind of forward this to a friend, let them know that we're on the air, make them part of this, and be part of our family here. So, with all of that said, let's give that hearty hand clap, that welcome to everybody, right? The hand clap is for you for being here, and of course, the hand clap is for, like I do each week, presented to all of the people who have been involved with us right through this pandemic. Doctors, the nurses, the first responders like the firefighters, the police officers, and what have you, and of course all of the mom and pop stores and all of the merchants that went right through it, never took a day off to get us right through it. So we want to thank them so much for that, and we'll keep doing that until this pandemic is flattened. So we just want you to help me congratulate those people, and thank you very much. We're going to always need you each week, every day, 24 hours. 7 days a week, 365. We're going to need you all the time. So we really appreciate your work, and we just want you to know that. We have information about the COVID-19 test. Of course, a lot of you realize that there's a vaccine available to all of you who are willing to take it. Some are not for whatever reason. Could be personal reasons, could be religious reasons, or whatever it is. But we just kind of push the issue. We don't force it on anyone. We just want you to know it's available to you just like anyone else. And we just want to push that issue. We will continue to push that issue because I think it's a very important issue. It's very important to me, as it should be to you, to make sure that you get vaccinated so we can squash this whole thing completely. We're slowly but surely getting back to normal, and it's more normal than it's ever been since this pandemic has begun. Now, since it's begun, we're still in the midst of it. As a matter of fact, um, uh, we understand that the numbers went up as far as the virus is concerned, because now on top of the coronavirus, you have this new thing coming in called the Delta variant. And that kind of triggers off a few things, and people are going into the hospitals, young people, as a matter of fact, people who have taken the vaccination have come up with this COVID thing. So we're still working on a lot of things, but the good news is that the people who are vaccinated, they'll get by. They'll get by. It's not likely for them to get too sick or death or even be admitted to the hospital. Just take it easy. That means we still have a lot of work to do with this whole thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't mind, if you're watching us on Facebook, go to the top or over here or down here or however you're watching this show, and you'll see in our subject area we have the information. There's a number there for COVID-19. It's called the COVID-19 test. The COVID-19 test, and of course, we bring that to you each week because we want you to keep informed. Now, the COVID-19 test, it's a number. It's a number that's a local number in New York, but if you call it, I'm pretty sure that you'll get the information that you need. You'll talk to a real live person, And if you have any questions about COVID-19 or anything like that, of course, they'll be happy to answer all of the questions for you and give you information that you need to know, and even give you places to go where to get the test, especially if you haven't been vaccinated, or get vaccinated completely. That's the most important thing. That's the top thing, to get vaccinated. That number is 718 638 7682. I really didn't have to say that because it's up there, as you can see, and it will remain up there. And for those of you of the people who don't watch this show live in real time and get a chance to watch it on the rerun, that number will still be there for their convenience. And those of you who are watching us on YouTube, you can check it out right there up on the area where the chat area. You know, you look at the chat area, and you'll see the number. It's right there. All of the information that I tell people on Facebook, it's right there in the chat area too, for all of you, for the benefit of all of you who are watching on YouTube. So there it is. So take that number down, keep it in your pocket, keep it in your purse, or wherever you can get access to very easily. Now, I'm pretty sure in your area, wherever you are around the country, around the world, there are local numbers too for your convenience to get the same information. I just figure I just give you that number, and I will continue to do it each week. And it's just a matter of Googling and finding out the local number in your area, and even some of the websites in your area on how to get vaccinated. All right. So those of you who haven't been vaccinated, please continue to follow the protocol by staying 6 feet away. Keep that 6 feet distance going. Wear your mask. And for those of you who are not wearing masks and who are vaccinated, keep your mask with you at all times, because you're going to wind up going on mass transit. You're going to need it for that. And a lot of the people who drive the subways and the buses, they have demands on everyone wearing masks still until it's all over. So you continue to keep your mask in your pocket. I've seen a lot of people walk around in the city, you know, with their mask. Either they have it under their chin, wrapped around the joggers, they wrap it around their arms when they don't use it, or they keep it in their pocket, or wherever they can get access. But people are following it. I'm really happy to see that people are following. Now, one other thing. The vaccinations are not forced on anyone. Let's make that perfectly clear. They're not forced on anyone. I'm pretty sure you heard the stories about if you watch the propaganda news outlets. You know, they give you these false informations about the COVID, saying that you don't need it. They say that you don't need it. Okay, and of course, a lot of people actually believe that, and so. You know, that's not a good thing, but that's why we always push on our end to push the issue to get the vaccination. So please do that. And again, they say people will come to your door to knock on your door. They're not forcing anything on you. It's just like every 10 years when the people knock on your door, if you haven't applied for every 10 years for the census, fill out your census form. Every 10 years you do that. And if you haven't done it, people knock on your door to let you know that, you haven't done it, and we encourage you to do that. They don't force you to do that. It's the same thing if they knock on your door and say, we have vaccinations available to everyone, you included, and we encourage you to take it. And they just walk on their merry way. They don't force you. I don't know where these theories come from that they force you to do it against your will. No one does anything against their will. I'm certainly not going to let anyone force me to do anything against my will, and neither should you, and they don't. So let's get that clear right away, that no one is forcing anything on anyone. Just keep that in mind, all right? Now, again, you have the local numbers, also websites too. Now, we also have a 311 number here in New York City. That's a 311 number. That number is a number that even tourists use when they come into town, and they want to find out where the places to go, people to see, the theaters, the best restaurants, anything you want to know about New York, where to go, and things like that. That's the 311 number. And I know for a fact that the 311 number will also connect you with places where you can go to get tested for the coronavirus, or get vaccinated. Better yet, get vaccinated, right? They'll give you all that information. All you have to do is a matter of a zip code, Just display that zip code. You don't have to go out of your area, even though that New York City is broken down in 5 boroughs: Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Manhattan, and Staten Island. You don't have to go out of your borough to take the test or to get vaccinated. All you have to do is just give them your zip code. They tell you exactly where it's available to you in your area. It could be right around the corner, right downstairs from your apartment, or right down the street from your house. Just as simple as that, unless, of course, you want to just go out of your borough for the heck of it. Now, we already know, too, that at this particular point in time, you don't have to make an appointment. Some places do, but for the most part, you don't have to make an appointment. Just walk right in and say, I want to get vaccinated. We have 3 vaccinations or vaccines on the market, such as J&J, Johnson and Johnson, Moderna, and Pfizer. Johnson and Johnson, as you already know, is just a one-shot deal, and the Moderna and Pfizer, that's 2 shots. Once you're fully vaccinated, you could relax a little bit. Still be cautious. Still remember your surroundings. Always carry a mask with you. People are walking around without their masks. They're vaccinated and walking around with their mask. But that's okay too. But make sure that you have it to you, because there are certain places, as I said, even when you walk into a merchant store or something like that, there are certain places where they'll tell you, oh, well, you come in here, if you want service, you're going to have to wear a mask. And please do not give these people a hard time about that. It's just as simple. And once you walk out the door, you could take your mask off again. It's just as simple as that. Let's not make this whole thing difficult. Let's not make this a whole political scene. Just do it and get it over with. And it's just as simple as that. So the people who are politicizing this thing, such as some of the old propaganda news outlets, or you watch them on TV, hear them on the radio, or you read their publications, and you're just telling you that you don't need it, and it's a political thing, and I don't want anyone trying to force anything, or they're saying this whole thing is a scam. Please, use your head, use your noggin. It's very important that you do that. So there you go. There we have all of that for you. And of course, other things. Now, if you have any other questions, again, make sure you contact these people. Now, also, New York City has a website that you can go on to get information on where to go get vaccinated. Here's a website for you for New York City, NYC. It's called nyc.vaccinelist.com. That's nyc.vaccinelist.com. You can get in touch with them. You can go online and you can check out. They have a variety of places you can go nearest you to get vaccinated. So with all of that in mind, and anyway, we'll keep all of that information up there as you look up there, that telephone number, and that will get you connections too. So there you go. Thank you for being along with us. If you're just joining us, it's the Coffee Hour. Frank Allan here, and of course, we're here for an hour each Friday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., and everything is Eastern, so check your clocks and make sure. You heard about the Nabisco Corporation? Well, Nabisco, they make those fine cookies, such as Oreos, that everyone likes. It's Oreos, those Fig Newtons, which happens to be my favorite. Well, there's a plant in New Jersey. As a matter of fact, it's Fair Lawn, New Jersey. They're closing down. They're making their very last batch today. This is the day, Friday. They're closing down. They're closing up shop. And they're not going to make any more Oreo cookies. Sad thing, right? No more Oreo cookies. But here's the thing. There are other plants in different areas. It's just that they're just closing this particular plant down. I just want to make that clear. I don't think they're going out of business. I think you'll still continue to enjoy your Oreo cookies and your Fig Newtons and all of your other Nabisco products. But today is the final day for the Nabisco plant right in our area here in New York. It's already in Fair Lawn, New Jersey, and they're closing down today. So if you happen to be in that area, you might want to take a shot at that building, because it's going to be an icon. It's going to be an icon. You'll have the only shot of that building. So that's closing out today. Okay, listen, if you have a weather forecast as you come in, and I see more people are coming in, so I just want to say hi to you guys. Just wave. And DJ Pete is here. Good morning, DJ Pete. He's going to be here 20 to the hour with his portion of the of the 2020 feature, and he's going to talk about entertainers and of course announce all of those birthdays too. Naoto from Kobe, Japan is here. So good morning and good evening to you from Kobe. It's after 11 o'clock in Kobe, Japan at night. And he has a weather forecast, which I'm going to read. This is out of Kobe, Japan. It's the weather forecast in Kobe, Japan. Uh, uh, the courtesy of Naoto. So Naoto, here you go. Thank you so much for this. His weather forecast in Kobe, Japan. He's got 75 degrees outside right now and cloudy skies, and it's humid. It's humid. It's humid here in New York too. I'm going to tell you about that in just a few minutes. It's going to be humid tonight where he is, and east northeast winds at 2.3 miles per hour. So there you go. They don't read the miles per hour the way we do it. It's different, but it's 2.3 miles per hour in Kobe, Japan. Thank you so much for that, Naoto. I could always depend on that. Let's see. We'll get one from DJ Pete, whether he does it now or whether he'll do it when he comes on the air. But we'll get that. Also, we'll get one from Brian. Well, no, we're not going to get one from Brian today. Brian, Brian here is in New York now. So we're not going to be talking to him from Charlotte, North Carolina. He's right here in New York, and he's going to be here for a few more days. And it's good to have him. We spread out the red carpet for him. We had lunch together yesterday. It's always great to see him when he comes by. So there you go. So about the weather forecast, I'm going to give you mine. Okay, we have 83. Would you believe it? At this time of day, we have 83 degrees. It's going to be warm. We're going to have a warm weekend too. We've got 83 degrees. Isn't that something? I don't know how we're going to get through it. We will get through it. I don't know how we're going to get through it, but we will get through it. 80 degrees outside, and here's what it looks like. We've got today. It's going to be sunny to partly cloudy skies. A stray shower or a thunderstorm is possible. We have a high of 94 degrees today. Whew. Wow, that's a hot one, but I never complain about that. Winds will be southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tonight, it'll be partly cloudy. A stray shower or a thunderstorm is possible. We have low 76 degrees, and winds will be north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For Saturday, tomorrow, we got partly cloudy skies in the morning, followed by scattered thunderstorms in the afternoon. Storms may contain strong gusty winds. We'll have a high around 89 degrees. That's still warm. We'll have winds will be southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour, and the chance of rain will be 60%. And so we'll see what happens there. It's a little wet there. That's okay. Saturday night, scattered showers and thunderstorms. Low 73 degrees. We'll have winds at southwest winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain still another 60%. And as we wrap up our weekend for Sunday, it will be cloudy with occasional showers. For the afternoon, we'll have a high 83 degrees. Winds will be west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour and still holding at 66% of rain. So there you go. And right now, as I repeat, our current temperature is 83 degrees. Let me double check that. 83 degrees. Let me double check that. Oh, we went up. We went up. 87 degrees. And it's after 10 o'clock in the morning on where we are here in New York. It's 87 degrees. Okay, so, and we're going to have high humidity and all of that. So that's what it looks like for us here in New York. So when you come in, let us know what it's like in your area of the world. DJ Pete just gave us one. He's getting it out of the way. DJ Pete in Portland, Maine gives us his weather forecast. It's partly cloudy. We're going to have a high 88 degrees and low tonight 63 degrees and a 3% chance of rain. 3%, that's all you get. 3%, forget about it. It's not going to rain out there. It'll stay dry. So that's how it is in Portland, Maine. And those of you who are coming in and give us your weather forecast outside of New York. If you're outside of New York, okay, give us your weather forecast. I just gave you the weather forecast in New York, so you don't have to worry about that. So that's how it goes weather-wise, and we thank you so much for being along with us. It's coming up to 20 minutes past the hour. Brian Kemp will be here soon with the latest developments in today's world of sports. I want to say hello to Deborah. Deborah, how are you? Good to see you on this Friday. Stay cool because it's going to be a warm weekend, and whatever you're going to do out there, do it in a safe manner. And it always brings me back to tell you that safety is very important, and it just tells me continue wherever you go. If you're doing mass transit, whatever it is, make sure you carry a mask with you. So whenever you jump on the bus or the subway, or if you're going to fly, make sure you have it safe with you. So now we're not going to go to Charlotte, North Carolina. We're going to stay right here in New York, where Brian is right now, and I think he's. Are you having a ball here so far?
Where I'm at in Uniondale, Long Island, at the National Coliseum, right across the street, I'm at the Marriott. It is 84 degrees. It is going to be a hot one, but I had called back in Charlotte. They're having a heat wave out there. It's like 97 degrees, and I got an alert on my phone saying that when you leave out the house, you're supposed to keep your air on, but they said that the house is overheated, so I had to put the air on. So it's hot. It's hot, and it's going to be a hot one here today in New York too, as you all well know. But good morning to you. Good morning to you all out there in Facebook land and YouTube and anybody that's tuning in. Hope all is well with everybody here and the beautiful and the greatest city in the world of New York City.
Don't forget.
I'm out in Long Island, but it's still New York.
Don't forget to acknowledge Deborah Lawrence.
Oh yes. Hello, Deborah. Deborah's out there.
Yep, she's out here.
Oh, hello, Deborah. How are you doing? How's everybody doing? And I hope all is well with you. But let me get to the sports. We got some things to talk about. The National Football League, a judge ordered a free agent cornerback Richard Sherman to be released from jail without bail yesterday, following his arrest in suspicion of trying to break into his in-laws' home northeast of Seattle. That's where he used to play football for the Seattle Seahawks. Kings County District Court judge found probable cause that Sherman committed 4 offenses. Number 1, a misdemeanor. 2, gross misdemeanor, charges of criminal trespass in the 2nd degree. 3rd, there was a malice mischief in the both carrier of domestic violence designations. 4, a misdemeanor, charges of resisting arrest and driving under the influence. But he is out on bail, though. Rich Sherman is an all-pro football player, a world champion, but apparently something had happened between the in-laws, maybe his wife. The story has not been fully out yet, but, soon to be. But right now he's out on bail, and they're going to rectify this hopefully soon. The Atlanta Falcons released linebacker Barcarius Mingo last Saturday due to alleged charge of indecency with a child sexual contact in the 2nd degree felony charge, which carries a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison under Texas state law. According to state penal code, the charges relates to engaging in sexual contact with someone younger than 17 years of age. So, again, everything is alleged. We can't say for sure. Major League Baseball, Aaron Judge was among 6 New York Yankee players. Sorry to tell you this here, brother, but yeah, the New York Yankees are not doing too well on or off the field. He tested positive for COVID-19 on yesterday, forcing the postponement of their game against the Boston Red Sox. Now, in addition to Judge, third baseman Gio Yoshila and catcher Kyle Higashika were in league COVID-19 protocols after testing positive. Reliever Jonathan Lozicaga, Nestor Cortez Jr., and Warren Wandy Peralta, all COVID positive cases. Now, what this means is that the game last night between the Yankees and the Red Sox was postponed. More tests is going to be made today, so there's a possibility that not only the game is going to be possible to be suspended, but there's a possibility that what's going to happen is that the series might be canceled. So that's where we are right now with this. So we have to wait until what happens later on with the test. In the Olympics, Bradley Beal is The NBA has pulled out himself out for the Olympics for the U.S. for the NBA due to a combination of COVID-19 um, safety precautions. Not saying that he's positive, but that's what it was told. Liz Cambridge of the WNBA is out through mental health. Cases in Tokyo, Japan are spreading among games personnel. In Africa, there's a crucial shortage of vaccines, even as the continent report its largest rise in infections since the start of the pandemic. So new COVID-19 cases in Tokyo have surged to a 6 month high in 1 week out of from the games of the Olympics, and for the fourth time, there's a state of emergency in Tokyo, Japan. So so now as we say this here, again, we got this new virus coming on. If you're not vaccinated, and I'm not telling anybody that they should, but the people that are dying now, that are still dying, are people that's not vaccinated. So I'm going to leave it right there. I know people are skeptical, but if you know, everybody knows someone who have died from this dreadful disease and know of someone, well, leave it in now it's in your hands to do something about it. If you're still skeptical, that's your right. If this is your religious belief, that is your right. But, if you don't want to take the shot, be considerate to others, okay? So, just be safe, continue to wear your mask. This thing in sports, 1938, we're going to start in 1938. No, we're going to start in 1941. I'm sorry. Joe DiMaggio goes 3 for 4 hitting in 56 consecutive games. He owns the record of that, which never been broken. Pete Rose is the closest to ever come closest of doing this. 1948, manager merry-go-round, Philadelphia Phillies, Ben Chapman out, Eddie Sawyer in, New York Giants no Ott out, Leo DeRocha from Brooklyn Dodgers is out, and Bert Shatton is in. So it was a lot of going in, and it was like a merry-go-round when it came to people being fired and being let go. 1969, Minnesota Twins Rod Carew steals home for his career best 7th time as of the season against the Chicago White Sox. Yeah, at that time there was no interleague play; they was just playing within the league by itself. 1987, Don Manley hit his 4th grand slam of the season and ties the American League record of homers in 6 straight games, on the way to a Major League record of 8. 1988, Carl Lewis, Olympia gold medalist, run a wind-assisted 100 meters in 9.78 seconds. So he's one of was considered at one time one of the fastest men people in the world. 1993, San Francisco Giants, my team, Darren Lewis sets a record of 267 consecutive errorless games. So he did that, committed error for those many times. That's a record. So congratulations to him. 2003, the 11th ESPY Awards, Lance Armstrong and Serena Williams wins that award. And basically, I think that's about it. That's sports.
Okay. Do you think we're slowing down again as far as sports is concerned because of this new thing that's coming on with the Delta variant? That's the new virus, Delta variant. I think we.
Well, to what I've learned and to what I know that's happening now, if you're vaccinated, you're pretty good. Nothing is 100% safe.
Right.
Has it come back to hurt the sport? The sports scene, it has, because they are being very careful about things now, and they don't want they don't want to go through what they went through last year. Especially being in a bubble, and people are just not doing it. I mean, who do you want to listen to? Do you want to listen to your feelings, or you want to listen to the experts? Um, I definitely don't want to listen to no politicians. I'm not going to make this into this segment into a political show, but there's one party that doesn't want the vaccine, and there's another party that wants the vaccine. Nobody wants to die, but it still comes down to politics. Who you going to believe?
Well, you're certainly not going to believe the propaganda outlets, TV, radio, and I'm not going to mention any names. Like Archie Bunker used to say, I'm not going to mention any names. I'm just going to glance at them and whistle.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and they're the ones that are telling these people, and they believe it. They actually believe it. They're telling these people, you don't need to be vaccinated. This is the biggest scam. Look, I'm going to throw a name out here because he's Tucker Carlson. I don't watch his show, but I see some of his excerpts. I can't believe that this guy, how stupid this guy can be. I can't believe it.
I know that.
I can't believe it. I wonder if he watches himself after he gets off the air. Listen, I wonder if he listens to himself.
Wow. I just want to say to cousin Deborah, I see that she's in Negril, Jamaica. I've been there a couple of times.
I was going to say that.
It's wild. It is wild out there, but it's beautiful. I've been to Jamaica 4 or 5 times and everything, and I see it's 86 degrees, but it is wild out there. Especially if I think if I believe where I think that she might be careful out there. It's wild and crazy, and not where it's dangerous, but it's just wild with fun. You know what I mean? So, cousin, be careful out there.
I didn't even know she was out there. I didn't know she was out there.
Oh yeah,
Deborah,
I see her out there. I see her on her post. She's
I know.
Her post
right, but I didn't know she was out there until she just mentioned it. Deborah, bring me back a bag of sand anyway.
Yeah.
When you come back, but she's got to come. She's got to come back here anyway. Jamaica, for her, Jamaica is not forever. She's got to come back here.
Yeah, but I want to say good morning to Pete and to Naoto. Naoto, be careful out there. I know, you're having July 23rd is when the Olympics are out there. Stay safe. I know that they're not having any fans out there, but stay safe out there. Pete, wherever you are, stay safe. And everybody else out there, just be safe. I'm going to enjoy my stay here in New York. Going to go to a couple of spots that I always go to. I was glad to see you, brother, yesterday, as always. And hope to see you soon. And speak to you all later.
Okay, we'll catch you. I'll catch you. Before you leave New York anyway.
Absolutely, yes.
But in the meantime, we'll catch you next week, right here.
Yes, sir. Yes, right. Yes, we will. Yes.
Enjoy your stay. Take care. Enjoy your stay.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Take care. That's Brian Camp, ladies and gentlemen. The latest developments in today's world of sports, coming to you out of New York. New York, that's where he is. He's right here in New York, and him and his wife came here, and they just enjoying, taking it easy. And what a place to vacate. You come here to New York. He comes to New York. Deborah's out in Jamaica. Which, and I'm here in New York too. Now, where would I want to be right now? I guess if Deborah had told me she was going to Jamaica, I probably would have followed her there. But have a good time anyway. Have a good time and enjoy the sunshine. It's great weather out there. It's sunny, 86 degrees. And so enjoy it. Bring back a bag of sand. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just watching us, it's not Talk Back Live, but it's a coffee hour with yours truly, Frank Allan. Brian just wrapped up his segment of the 2020 feature with sports update. The latest developments in today's world of sports. Coming up next, DJ Pete will be here 20 to the hour, which is about coming up to 5 minutes away from now with his portion of the 2020 feature, entertainment. And of course, he will recite all of those birthdays of people who have celebrated this week and who are going to be celebrating over the weekend. And all that's coming up. And of course, I will tell you later on in the program. After all of that, we'll have information on the great movies that you like, those classic movies, Turner Classic Movies. I have my picks of the weekend, and we'll tell you more about that later. So thank you so much for joining us. And listen, we're still at the coffee hour, so salute, Gintani. Iced coffee today is great for it. It's great. It's great to cool off and take it easy because a lot of people right now are in the midst of warm weather. And that's the way it is right now. The summer months, Naoto, he's got warm weather out there in Kobe, Japan, and it's warm over there in Portland, Maine, here in New York, and Jamaica, and everybody's feeling the heat. But me, I never complain about the heat. I do all of my complaining in the wintertime. I live in a place where there are four seasons, and those four seasons they talk. They talk to you. They let you know when it's cold. They'll let you know when it's hot. They'll let you know everything. So the four seasons right here. Anyway, thank you so much for being along with us, and keep in mind that we're going to be here up until the top of the hour, as we always are. And if you're just joining us again for the first time, don't make it your last time. It's the coffee hour, and we invite you to swing along with us each week. And we're here every Friday between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. Eastern. So act accordingly and tell your friends about us. As a matter of fact, for the rest of the time that we're on the air, kind of forward this show to them and let them know that we're on the air so we can generate more people as they come along. So thank you so much for being along with us. Okay, we're going to talk. Let's see. I don't know. We got a few minutes before DJ Pete comes on. Did you hear about my show? I have a podcast, a radio podcast called The Blue Cafe. The Blue Cafe that comes on. And of course, we're backlogged and we're behind in programming. We haven't recorded a program since April. We're working on a lot of things, but we will get more on the air. But listen, anyway, we still have 3 programs that are on there right now. And if you look up there in the area, watching us on Facebook, you'll see at the very bottom, it says The Blue Cafe. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you. You'll see at the very bottom, if you go in the chat area, way at the bottom, it says The Blue Cafe. And underneath that, or on the side of it, is the direct link. And you can click onto that link right now as you speak. Don't do it now. Wait till this show is over and go there. It will be there. You click onto that link and it'll take you directly to the website and you'll see those 3 interviews. I did one with Bobby Rydell. Of course, Bobby Rydell, a lot of you know Bobby Rydell. He's known for his singing and his acting. He was on Bye Bye Birdie. That was the last show that I did, and I did that in April. So I did that. It's an hour show. All of the shows are hour shows. And you can check it out. So I did one with Bobby Rydell, who's the idol of the 60s, and Jimmy Clanton, singer from the 50s, idol of the 50s. I did one with him. And my idol, my all-time singing idol, I don't care what you say, Jackie Wilson, who's no longer with us, but he has a son that looks and sounds just like him. And I did an interview with him. That's Bobby Wilson. And Bobby Wilson, I did that once. So you could check it out. You go there and check it out. Check out all 3 interviews. You don't have to check them out back to back to back. You can check out one at a time or at your total convenience. But check it out. And it's the Blue Cafe. And I'll tell you more about that when we close up the show and give you that information. I enjoy doing these interviews. I really enjoy it. Ever since I had a chance to drop a DJ position, which of course they say, once a disc jockey, always a disc jockey. That's a title that we always keep. A lot of people don't know that even when we retire and don't do it anymore, we are still disc jockeys. So, feel free if you like to call me a disc jockey. I'll take it. It's a title that I'll keep forever. But since I relinquished that position, I just wanted to go on to other things, and I want to do other things. I got a lot of things in the works that I want to accomplish, and including this podcast, which I want to try to expand. I want to do more with it. So we're finding other ways to do more with it. I want to continue here with the coffee hour. I want to continue with Talk Back Live. I just want to stay active, Stay active. Just because you retire, that doesn't mean you sit on your tail and you just want to make sure that you want to, continue to be active, because activities keep you going, keep you physically, your physical strength just keeps up. I remember my doctor told me, he says, you're gonna live a long time, and I hope he's right. And I said, why would you say that? He says, because you enjoy what you do, and that keeps you going. And I hope he's right. And he was right about one thing. I do enjoy what I do, and I will continue to do it. And as long as I got the strength enough to do it, I will continue to do it. A lot of people ask me, why did you drop your DJ show? Well, it's certain things that that you want to accomplish, you want to move on to other things, and I just felt it was just time to do it. You know, uh, I can go. I guess I could always go back to it if I want, but I just thought at this particular time it was just time to do it. Just let it go, and leave it to the younger fellows like DJ Pete, who's still doing it. We're going to hear from him in just a few minutes from now as he bring us information. And that's coming up in just a few minutes. So in the meantime, I just want to say hello to you guys. You're still out there. And I just want to say hi, the people watching us on Facebook, all of the people who are watching us there on YouTube, they're all out there. So thank you guys for being along with us. And we really appreciate your support as you come out and have a good time. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And now, as we go to Portland, Maine, where the weather is nice, people want to be there. Lobster country. I want to steal some lobster, and the only way I can get it is get it right through DJ Pete. And here he is right now. What do you say? You going to ship some out here or what?
What am I going to what? I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Are you going to ship out some lobster here, or are you going to keep it all to yourself?
I'm going to keep it here, but I'll keep a little bit in a hiding spot for you guys.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. How you doing today?
So I got a lot of great artists this week. Thurston Harris, born July 11th, 1931, American singer, popular in the mid 1950s. His famous tune was a Bobby Day tune, I guess, but it was called "Little Bitty Pretty One," and he did a really great version of that.
Yeah.
Another tune, Papa Ooh Mau Mau, was one, and a few others here and there. Not too well known, but I've been listening to his music for a number of years now, and it's pretty cool. Thurston Harris. Next up, Big Joe Houston. Born July 12th, 1926, American tenor saxophonist, playing jazz and R&B. He worked and recorded with Amos Milbourne and Big Joe Turner for them. He had a lot of great stuff. Let me see if I can find something here. Big Joe Houston. He had a lot of instrumental tunes he played with his honking saxophone. A really great sound that kind of, led into the 50s rock and roll era. Also this week, July 12th, 1916, Samuel Leroy Taylor Jr., also known as Sam the Man Taylor, as Alan Freed would call him. American jazz, blues, tenor saxophonist, born in Lexington, Tennessee. Let's see, what does it say here? He played saxophone on Big Joe Turner's Shake, Rattle, and Roll. He played on Harlem Nocturne, Money Honey, by the Drifters, and Shaboom by the Chords. Really great sound, Sam the Man Taylor. Let's see, not to be confused with Sam Taylor, a blues musician of a different era. Anyway, who else do we have here? Milton Berle, born July 12th, 1908, American comedian and actor. He had a great career of about 80 years as an entertainer, from what they say here. He was the host of NBC's Texaco Star Theater 1948 to 1955. Even had a television show and a great career. Milton Berle. I've seen him a lot as a kid on TV.
Who else do we have here? There was some people call it a jump blues band. Some people call it the only black rock and roll band of the 50s, the Treniers. Um, the birthdays for them this week, excuse me, is Cliff and Claude Trenier. They were twins. They actually worked, before they started their own group, they worked with, let me see here, Lionel Hampton, I believe, and many other big bands in the late 40s. Into the 1950s, they started their own band, the Treniers. Milt Trenier, their brother, also joined eventually. Cliff and Claude were born, let me find the dates here, this week, July 14th, 1919. And a lot of great music. The Moondog was a great dance number all about Alan Freed. Go, 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 Rockin' Is Our Business, Rockabee and Boogie. They had a lot of great music. Peppermint Harris, another great American R&B and jump blues singer and guitarist, born this week, July 17th, 1925. Let's see, and who else do we have here? That's it, what I have for musicians, but I have an interesting thing in the history of the world here. Apollo Soyuz mission was around this time, and it was when the United States and the Soviet Union made a docking in outer space. That project comes up, and it was something, even though the Soviet Union was our enemy, they decided, if we're in space, we need to be able to help each other and if in case there's an emergency or something. And that's all I have for now.
Okay, and here's what I have right now. Birthdays today. These are all today's birthdays. Michael Flattery, he was the Irish choreographer for Lord of Dance. He's 63 today. Actor, musician Ruben Blades. He does Latin music as well, 73 today. Tony Jackson of the Searchers. That was a big group back in the 60s. He would have been 81 today. R&B singer, the late Denise LaSalle would have been 82. R&B singer William Bell also would have been, he's still alive, so he's 82 today. The late Cal Tjader, jazz, I don't know if you're familiar with Cal Tjader. I played his music. He's a jazz musician. He played the vibes, like Lionel Hampton did.
Yeah.
He passed away. He would have been 96 today. And I know you know her. I don't care how young you are. You know this lady, Ginger Rogers. Ginger Rogers, who was the dance partner of Fred Astaire, would have been celebrating 110 years old today. Are you familiar with Ginger Rogers?
Yeah, I remember Ginger Rogers. I didn't see too much of her, but the name is familiar, and I do recall seeing one or two.
Yeah.
I think I just saw something. Linda Ronstadt has a birthday this week. I'm trying to find.
Yes, she celebrated a birthday yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I have. Events are slowly starting to pick up all around the country right now for live events, but we're also realizing what I'm hearing in the news about the Delta variant.
Yeah.
We're preparing again for another shutdown if it happens.
Yeah.
So, and who knows what variant, if any, are going to happen after the Delta variant.
Well, they say this Delta variant is not as intense as COVID-19.
Yeah.
But we should still be aware and alert of that.
Yeah.
So it doesn't come up with more complications than we need. That's why I always push the idea of people getting vaccinated. For people who don't want to get vaccinated, we understand that you don't want to do it for whatever reason, but I think it's very important that everybody knows that when the more people who get vaccinated in this country, the better chance that we can flatten this thing altogether. And I just urge people just to think about it. No one is forcing it. No one is forcing it. Pete, I want to, little bitty pretty one. You mentioned that one.
Yeah.
That was Thurston Harris. Yeah, he did do that one. That was a good one. And as you said, Bobby Day. I don't know who did it first. I can't remember who did it first.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think when I saw the notes just now, when I read it, it said Bobby Day did it first, but
okay.
Nonetheless, they're all great tunes, you know.
Yeah,
Frankie Lyman did it.
That's right. Frankie
too.
Lyman did it. You know who else did it? Clyde McFadden did it too.
Yeah. I mean, there's back in the 50s, a lot of these great artists, they worked together and they recorded someone else's tunes and their own version of it.
Yeah.
I have like Ruth Brown has a famous tune, "Teardrops from My Eyes."
Yeah.
Winona Harris did it. Louis Jordan did it. Into the mid 50s and modern days, Western swing bands would record that tune in their own style, and it was a pretty amazing sounds that you could hear. How everyone's take on that, but I'm going to put my radio show information in the chat room here, and for people to check out my shows.
Yeah. Oh, one other thing too. Speaking of Frankie Lyman that you mentioned, did you know that Sam the Man Taylor was Frankie Lyman's not full time, but occasionally he did some of the saxophone riffs on some of the Frankie Lyman tunes.
I'm sure he did. Yeah. I mean, a lot of these cats worked together back in the day, you know.
Yeah.
And just had made.
Well, that was music when music was music. Not taking anything away from the musicians of today, but I really enjoyed that era. Pete, thanks a lot. Well, I hope we see you next week, but you'll figure that out. Then you'll let me know.
Yeah, I think I'm working next week.
Okay.
We have an opera in town, and I'm working all this week. All next week on it. So I will send in some information for you to read on the air and catch up again.
Okay, good enough. We'll see you then. Whatever it is, we'll figure it out.
All right. Shout out to Brian and everybody watching on Facebook and YouTube today. Have a good day and a good weekend.
You do the same thing. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Okay. Thank you very much. That was DJ Pete, who's with us. He just wrapped up his session of the 2020 feature, talking about all of those great birthdays of people with notoriety in the entertainment world. He does that each week, as Brian does his when he does it 20 past the hour each week with sports, the latest developments in today's sports on Sports Update. And DJ Pete has a radio show. I mentioned that, and I'll tell you where to catch him. You can catch him on www.radioairwaves.co.uk, and you can catch him there every Monday between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. and on Thursday between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Also, you can catch him on WPMG in Portland, Maine. That's his hometown, that radio station there. And if you don't have any access to, you're too far away, you can catch him anywhere around the world. And they have a website, www.wpmg.org. And that's every other Tuesday between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. All times are Eastern in UK and in the USA and Canada. And of course, just to remind, if you need any reminder about that, he just posted it up there. All the information I just gave you, he just posted it there, so you can check it out and act accordingly. If you're just joining us, it's a coffee hour. Frank Allan here. And we are just about 6 minutes away from the top of the hour, which at that particular time we are going to fade to dust and just realize and find out what we're going to do for the following week. Thank you so much for being along with us. I want to continue to say hello to all of you guys who have just dropped in on Facebook and YouTube. We simulcast each week between the two entities. And we thank you so much for being along with us. Thank you. If you are going to be home and if you're under inclement weather this weekend, well, of course, you know you're going to stay home and you're going to find some other form of entertainment. And we hope that's really not the case. But just in case that's the case, we have movies, my picks of the week. My picks of the week of Turner Classic Movies. And I think you're going to enjoy them. All right. We have first on Yours, Mine, and Ours, which is a great comedy from 1968 starring Lucille Ball and Henry Fonda. That comes on Turner Classic Movies this Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Check your clocks. Everything here I talk about is Eastern, so check your clock and act accordingly. That's Yours, Mines, and Ours. Lucille Ball and Henry Fonda. A great comedy. I like it. I'm not going to give away the whole show, but it's the theme of two people getting together, that they have their own children. It's almost like a Brady Bunch kind of situation. The man has his children, and the female has her children, and they get together, and they're one big family. So I'll say no more than that. Also, here's another classic that I think you like. DJ Pete, I think you're going to appreciate this one. Stormy Weather. Stormy Weather, 1943. Bill Robinson, the tap dancer Bill Robinson, one of the greatest tap dancers. Bojangles, Bill Robinson and Lena Horne star in this movie, and that's on Turner Classic Movie. That also comes on this Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern, and I love that movie. I love that. As a matter of fact, I have a copy of the movie at home, so I'll get a chance to see it. If I don't see it on Turner Classic Movies, I can just watch it when I get home, through my collection. Anyway, that's Stormy Weather, Bill Robinson, and Lena Horne. That's Sunday, again, 10 p.m. Eastern, and I think you'll enjoy it. And also, again, Yours, Mine, and Ours with Lucille Ball and Henry Fonda, Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. All of that information I gave you, and I hope that you enjoy it. Now, if you don't like those movies, go to Turner Classic, the TV guide, the guide that you can press, and you go scan through Turner Classic, and you can find other movies that may be of interest to you, and I'm pretty sure they are. But those just were my picks for this week. But there are others, and you can check it out. And of course, if you are a subscriber to cable, you could always go on demand and check out all of the networks, which includes Turner Classic Movies and other networks, and you can scan through them and find out what you miss. Maybe you miss a special TV program that you like, a comedy program or something, whatever it is. You can check it out there, and it's great. It's great. So all of that information is right there. So just keep that in mind. And but for the most part, we're looking forward to a great weekend, and we hope that you find it right there. The other thing too is that we have, what was I going to do? I'm going to look at my notes here. Okay. Yeah. So, you check out all of those movies, and it will be great too. Okay. All of them. Yours, Mine, Now, and Stormy Weather right there on Turner Classic Movie. Okay. And I think that's about it. I think that covered just about everything, except to say that you can check out, once again, my podcast. My podcast is called The Blue Cafe. I told you about that before, The Blue Cafe. And you can go up there if you're watching Facebook, or go, if you're YouTube, it's in the chat area. And in the subject area on Facebook, you see it says The Blue Cafe. It's right at the very bottom. And you can click onto the link. It'll take you directly there, and it'll give you that information. And of course, once you go there, you'll see all three interviews that I did. One with Bobby Rydell, Jimmy Clanton, and Bobby Wilson, the son of my singing idol, Jackie Wilson. It's all right there. I think you'll enjoy those interviews. They're fun interviews to listen to it. And it was fun for me to actually do it. And it was fun for them too. And I try to make it that way for all of my guests. We've got other things coming up too, as well, as far as our interviews are concerned, where I know we're behind in doing interviews because the last one we did was right there in April. So we got more coming on the way. We will post that and let you know about it. Well, it's time for me to go, but I want to thank you guys for being along with us. We will be back here next week at 10 a.m. Eastern, and a whole hour of fun right here on the Coffee Hour. I hope you enjoy us then. Brian Camp will be here with sports, and of course DJ Pete with entertainment. Of course, you can check us out also on Talkback Live every Thursday between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. Brian Camp with me with sports, and we'll have a lot of fun. So I want to thank you guys for being along with us. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Enjoy it. I hope you do. Do it in a safe manner. Keep wearing your mask if you need them. Carry them with you wherever you go. and everything is going to be fine. Okay. So until then, you guys have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you back here next week. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.